She walked through that door with some startling new revelation. You know everything that I know.
Chief, this is a non-progress report.
I know. What we've got is what the preliminary investigation turned up. One knife, no prints, no witnesses, one suspect.
Well, I really can't believe that Kelly McGrath killed Elliott Dorn.
Why not? Because it's too easy? The more I think about the idea, the more it grows on me. The boy certainly had the motive.
Nah, he just got upset because Elliott made a pass at his girlfriend.
Yeah, well, people have been killed for a lot less. And what is this I hear about a discrepancy about his puppets?
Well, he said that he had a dozen puppets on hand at the club, but when the bartender brought them up for him to take home, there were only 11.
You don't think that might be significant?
Kelly said he probably miscounted.
Yeah, well, what if there were 12? What if the murderer removed one from the premises?
Yeah, I suppose a cloth hand puppet could serve the same purpose as a glove.
I think it might be worth looking into, Mr. McGrath's puppets.
Chief, before I do that, there's something I'd like to check out. I can do that right now.
What's that?
Well, you said earlier at the Unicorn that you might have been one of the last people to see Elliott alive. Could you explain that to me?
Yeah, I suppose I ought to make a statement of the record. All right, you listening?
Always listening.
Last night around 11 o'clock, Elliott Dorn showed up at my front door. He was looking for Raven Swift. Raven was with me, as it seems. And Elliott was not too pleased about that, so there was a little bit of a verbal scene. Raven was quite indignant about Elliott tracking her down like that, and I didn't appreciate him barging in on us. But he only stayed about 5 minutes. He told Raven he was going back to his office. There was a document he had to get out of his safe, that he would see her in court in the morning, and then he left.
A document? What does that mean?
Yes, Helen. We'll send her in. Guess who?
I should have known.
Raven, what do you want?
Well, it looks like Deborah will finally get a chance to show her stuff in a real case. Since you're so good at solving crimes, who killed Elliott Dorn? So, Derek, I assume that you have assigned your ace detective to the case.
Deborah Saxon is a member of the investigative team, yeah?
Great, then this case should be cracked in no time.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Raven.
You're welcome. I just know that you have a gift for minding other people's business, so it should be a cinch for you to get to the bottom of this.
I'm going to do my best.
Do you have any leads?
That information is strictly confidential, at least for the time being.
As a matter of fact, Raven, I do have one suspect. And I'm going to do everything in my power to bring that person to justice as soon as possible.
Wonderful. Why don't you start tracking down this nefarious person so Derek and I can have a private conversation?
In a minute. I think if I'm going to conduct a thorough investigation, though, I should ask you a couple of questions.
You want a statement from me? What do I have to say to you?
I don't know. You were a very good friend of Elliott's.
Yes, I was a good friend. A long time ago.
So when was the last time you saw him?
Look, you'll just have to take my word for it that I have nothing to tell you that might help you crack this case. And as much as I would like to have a chat, I cannot give you any statements because I have to be in the courtroom in an hour.
Oh, all right. Then I will see you at your house later this afternoon, maybe this evening.
Don't bother. I have nothing to say.
Nothing to say? Nothing to say to me.
Will you leave me alone?
You know, refusing to cooperate could be considered obstruction of justice.
Derek, do I have to stand here and take this harassment?
All right, Detective. I'll take care of getting Raven's statement.
It's luck.
It's tougher than I thought going back to the Unicorn. Being inside that place really gave me the creeps.
Well, it was right that you told the police everything that happened last night.
You sure asked me an awful lot of questions.
That's routine.
Well, thanks for going with me, Nancy. Having you by my side made me feel a lot better.
I'm glad I went, too.
Please ask me any more questions. I want to be sure I have Mike by my side. Because after what I told him today, I must be pretty high on their suspect list.
You can't be sure of that, Kelly.
Well, I did have the fight with Elliott Dorn.
That was unfortunate.
I still have my key to the place, too. Which means that I could have snuck back in after hours and...
Kelly, once you were home, you stayed. I can attest to that.
Yeah, but the police must be thinking that I had a motive and an opportunity. That's enough for them to arrest me, isn't it?
They're not going to do any such thing. They're going to find the guilty person.
I had absolutely nothing to do with Elliott Dorn's murder, Nancy. Now, yeah, I hope that you believe that.
I do. But what upsets me is that you're so... Well, you're under such a strain.
The longer this investigation goes on, the greater the probability that the local police are going to find out about what happened in Rome, and I don't want to have that happen, Nancy.
That's it. Okay. I know you want to bury that in the past.
You wouldn't tell them about that, would you?
Oh, no, of course I wouldn't volunteer that information, Kelly. There isn't any reason to.
Thanks, Nancy. I guess I better check on the puppets here. We're gonna have to start auditioning again pretty soon. Let's see what kind of shape they're in. Wait a minute. So that's it.
What's the matter?
I know I had 12 puppets at the disco. I was just looking through my book. I know I had 12.
But there are only 11 here.
No, I had 12. Remember that red-headed clown puppet?
Oh, yes.
It's gone. Keep it together. Your timing's off, Nord. Come on, count! All right, everybody keep working.
Jody, I want to talk to you for a second. What's the matter? Your energy level is low, your concentration is gone?
I know. I have a lot of things on my mind.
Well, you had a pretty rough shock last night.
I know. I just can't believe Elliott Dorn is dead.
Believe it.
The way he died, my God, Gavin, he was murdered.
You read about things like this happening every day. Unfortunately, we live in a very violent world.
It just seems so different when you know the person. So real and ugly.
Well, there seem to be a lot of people around here who say it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Well, I don't care what they say. It just seems so terrible.
And I don't mean to sound insensitive, but from what little I know the guy, he will have a very small funeral.
I suppose. How could anybody hate somebody so much that they'd want to kill them?
Dorn seemed to bring out the worst in people. It seemed like just a matter of time before somebody fixed his wagon.
Oh, hi, Gavin.
Hey.
Well, Jody, how are you feeling?
Oh, a little shaken up.
Well, if you came here to do some exercise, join the line.
No, I'm not putting on any warm-up clothes today. I'm here on official business. I got to get Jody's version of what happened last night.
Well, do you have to do it right now? She's still very shaken up.
Unfortunately, yeah, it has to be right now. Look, we'll just take it real slow. Relax.
All right, I'll get back to my class. I don't want to see any police brutality around here.
Come on, pull up a chair.
Well, what do you want to know, Calvin? Or should I say Detective Stoner?
No, actually, yeah. Calvin will do just fine. All I want you to do is tell me what happened in this fight between Kelly and Elliott last
Well,
night.
it wasn't Kelly's fault.
No? Well, what precipitated it?
Elliott Dorn made a pass at me.
And Kelly didn't take very kindly to that, huh?
Well, Kelly's told Elliott before just to leave me alone, but Elliott Dorn had a one-track mind.
I see. So in spite of his objections, he continued to harass you?
Yeah. Only last night was really the worst. Elliott had been drinking. Well, even I thought with the way he was coming on to me that he was going to get to know me better. Better than I wanted him to.
And, Kelly came to your rescue, is that it?
Yeah. God, you should have seen the fight they had. Kelly threw a punch at Mr. Dorn. It knocked him right down.
But the fight didn't end there, did it? I mean, Kelly came at him again, right? Really blew his top?
Well, yeah, he lost his temper.
Completely uncontrolled, would you say?
No, now, wait a second. I didn't mean to make it sound as if Kelly was some sort of a wild man. He was just protecting me. Kelly was provoked. He's not a violent person. He's really very, very gentle.
Okay.
Calvin, if you have some sort of idea that Kelly went back to the Unicorn and killed Elliott Dorn in cold blood, you're wrong. It's just not possible.
Jody, I don't think anything right now. I'm just asking questions.
You really get into these cases, don't you?
I just have this big thing about the Ten Commandments, you know, especially the one that says, thou shalt not kill.
Well, I hope you get your man.
We will. Look, as long as I'm here, I might as well tell you. Until this case is solved, I won't have much time for classes.
Well, you ought to stop in and do some exercises. It'll be good for keeping the tension of the job away from you and loosening your muscles.
Well, I don't know. I might.
Can I ask you a question?
Shoot.
Well, I've been hearing some scuttlebutt, and, do you really think that Kelly McGrath is the man you're looking for?
Gavin, this investigation is strictly confidential.
Well, what about an opinion?
Well, I don't really have enough information to have an opinion one way or the other.
You know, Kelly is not one of my favorite people, but I never thought to peg him as the killer type.
Gavin, there is no such thing as the killer type.
Now, that's your psych class is showing
Look,
through.
the jails are full of people who are up for murder, and they're all types, from professional hitmen to little old ladies.
Okay, I get your point.
I mean, you just can't tell what somebody's like on the inside based on what they're like on the outside.
You're not going to get any argument from me about that.
How this got to be a bestseller, I'll never know. Hello. Hello?
How's my little angel Martine doing?
Sky, I finally hear from you. Where are you, at the airport?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, babe. I'm still at my hotel in Paris.
But I thought you were arriving today.
Well, a hitch developed in the deal I was working with that repertory company, and I'm going to have to stick around a little bit and smooth the director's ruffled feathers. It can't be helped.
So, when I will be seeing you now?
Well, I'll catch the very first supersonic jet I can. It won't be more than a day or two. Do you miss me?
Of course I do. Listen, how can you do this to me, leaving me stranded like this?
I know Monticello isn't Rome or Paris or New York, but it's a pretty big little town. You'll manage.
I'm bored stiff. I was considering scrubbing the floors to give myself something to do. And that's not funny.
That'll be the day.
Oh, yes?
Well, listen, why don't you make the best of the situation? Go out and do something.
Like what?
How about shopping? That usually manages to amuse you. I think most of my accounts are still open at the stores.
You know I hate to do things by myself, and I don't know a soul here.
Then read a good book. Or clear some space and do your exercises. That'll kill some time, and it'll be good for you.
I'm going to hate it here. I just know it.
Look, Sherry, there are things I've got to do. Now try to have fun.
Listen.
I'll call you tonight.
Listen.
Au revoir.
Listen, Sky. Have fun. I just can't stand it. Work out here. I just can't. I need space.
Wiley Dance Studios. Could it be him?
Oh, hey, Red, what's up?
What are you hypnotized by these dancers or what?
It's kind of hard standing on the sidelines, you know?
Look, I gotta talk to you.
What are you all hipped up
I
about?
just came from the chief's office.
Yeah, don't tell me there's been a break in the Dawn case already.
No, not yet, but we're getting close. I came across a fascinating piece of information.
Oh, yeah? Let's have it.
You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Guess where Elliott went when he left the Unicorn last night?
Where?
To Derek's apartment.
Wow. What do you want to talk to him for?
He was trying to catch Raven and the chief together.
Good old Elliott, a creep to the very end.
Okay, listen to this. Right before he left, they had an argument. He said he was going back to the Unicorn to get a document, and he would see Raven in court.
And how are we going to find out what that means?
Let's get on over to the Unicorn and try to find it ourselves.
After you.